Hey, I just wanted to come on here to give a little better clarity on the things that I'm going to say in this video. Um, so, first off, I watching these videos back that I've been posting have literally been embarrassing. In the best way. I mean, not embarrassing, but it's just like I really do struggle with talking about my feelings. Um, it's just what it is. And I want to improve on that. So, the best way to improve on something is to do the thing that you want to improve on until you get better at it. So, I already have insecurities around the way that I talk or the way that I explain things, because often I feel like the way that I want to say, I feel like my mouth doesn't give my mind justice, which sometimes I feel good because it's like people, I don't know, sometimes I just feel like, yeah, like my mouth doesn't give my mind justice, meaning I feel a lot smarter than I sound a lot of times. Um, Especially when I'm trying to process feelings and explain things. Well, really, it's processing feelings, I would just say. There's not really the best at that. But anyways, the point is, I talked about today how I was feeling a little down because I missed my grandmother's 90th birthday, which sounds really like cruel. It just sounds cruel. And I made the decision for multiple reasons. There were so many reasons that was coming up when I found out her birthday party was this March, and there was a lot of resistance. I mean, besides the fact that of course I would want to be there to celebrate my grandmother's 90th birthday, that's amazing. Who would want to miss that, right? Well, there was a lot of resistance in me. I noticed, okay. Um well, the first resistance was, oh my gosh, I'm not ready to go back to California. The last time I went to California was for my and when I say my grandma, sorry, I did that a lot in this video. Okay, let me explain something. I have a grandma. Her name, or who I referred to as Pukadu, that was the grandma that's been the closest to me, who passed away a couple years ago due to leukemia. I have a great grandma who's still alive. She's 90 years old. My grandma who passed away, which was her daughter, was, I think she was like 60 or had just turned 60. So she was fairly, I would say, young to, for her to, I mean, everybody's, but anyways. So my grandma is passed away. My great grandma is still alive. Um, and yeah, my great grandma is a warrior woman. She has her own story because she's had multiple kids pass away of hers, and that were my like grandma. And wait, no, now I'm confusing these. No, I have my grandma, and then I have my aunts and uncles, but some of them have passed away. So yeah, my great grandma has just lost a lot of kids, unfortunately. But she also has a lot of kids. She has like, I don't even know. I want to say six, but I feel like I'm off on that. I should know the accuracy, but when you have a big family, it'd be like sometimes I can't keep up with everybody. Um, and then I'm not as close to my family as I feel like I would like to be slash should be. I don't know if it's a mean, like I can't tell if it's more I should be. I mean, I guess the idea of like being closer to your family sounds nice, but I mean, in real reality, just because people are your family doesn't mean that you all are gonna like be besties, you know? So, yeah, it's just, anyway. So the point is, I decided, um, so there was resistance around that because I was like, oh my gosh, the last time I was in California was when my grandma passed, and my grandma, was the one that kept me connected to a lot of my family members. To be honest, I've not really been that close, and I think the link was my grandma. Other than that, and then my grandma just she was the anchor. She kept everybody together, and she was just such a huge impact on the family. So a little piece of me felt like, even though I know I'm connected to my family, when my grandma passed, there was a shift in me. And I mean, a shift meaning, like, there's just, I don't know. The point is, I just wasn't ready to go back to California. Let's just say that was the first resistance. I was just, and then over the past, like I've said in the past videos, the past couple years have been really rough for me, and the past couple years have been dedicated to helping like others and being there for others, and helping others through, like, I was there to care, be with my grandma during in her last months. Then last year my mom had a lot of health stuff and she was in and out of the hospital, some serious health stuff, like, yeah, just serious, and really serious, like heart stuff, and just not. I thought, let me just say, I thought I was gonna lose my mom. I was hoping I wasn't gonna lose my mom too last year, but there's multiple points where I felt like, oh gosh, God, please don't tell me. Yesterday, just last year was so hard, and I didn't think that I didn't think that anything could top my grandma passing, which I wouldn't say one tops the other. Both were really rough, and obviously anyways, it was just like, but last year, okay, so the point is, I was just drained. I've been drained for the last couple years because life has been lifing, and everybody has their times where they just hit life, right? Like, life, as you get older, people do get sick, people do pass away. You just deal with, like, uh things that tough things that you have to change about yourself, and there's just so many things. So I just wasn't ready. I'm not ready to go back to California. And so that was that. But then the second thing was, oh, my family, my immediate family, like my mom and my siblings, no longer live. They used to live in Georgia, but they don't live in Georgia anymore. And that's my computer screen. Yeah, they don't live in Georgia anymore. They are in California, and they moved out there last year. Partly, yeah. I'm just gonna refrain from saying any details, but they moved out there last year, um, and it was kind of a sudden decision. But anyways, the point is, they're there, and I haven't seen them since last year, which is the longest time I've seen my family. I haven't seen my family, like, they've lived in Georgia. I moved out here with them, like, well, yeah, when my mom moved, when everybody moved to Georgia, I was there. I was here, So the point is, this is the first time I've been in Georgia by myself without my family, which is not common for most people. Most people move away from their parents and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been with my parents my whole life, like, especially like my mom, like, that's been, yeah. Um, so anyways, I wanted to, when I do go to California again, I wanted to have like a good week, or maybe like multiple days, like a good maybe 4 days to stay there. I also wanted to get my own like space. I wanted to get a hotel or something, and I wanted to get a rental car, and I want to just have like a good chunk of time that I'm there so I could spend, and maybe 4 to 5 days. Or maybe a week. I would just want to be there for a while because I want to be able to see my my siblings, spend time with them, my mom, but then also see like my grandmother and my other extended family. And if I would have went, so that was another thing. And and yeah, and then also, but then there's just so much other stuff. There's so much happening with work, so much transitions, and then I'm dealing with adult stuff. um yeah, like I've been having to be very, very responsible with finances, due to just uh yeah. I'm just trying to like, due to just not being the due to not being financially smart, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to say things without like giving too much detail. But I've just told myself I just need to be better with my finances. And yeah, I already told you guys about my finances being up. Like there's just been okay. So anyways, it's just wasn't a good timing because it was like if I go out there, I'm only going to be able to be out there due to work alone, because I can't really be missing that much work right now. And that's the thing, this the thing about it is when you decide to go a different route than the norm, it's and also you um are still trying to have learn better financial management. Not to say that I like spend so much, but it's just so much. There's just things around that. It's just I don't know if I can just like say stuff without, yeah. I don't know. The point is, it just wasn't. If I was gonna go out there, it was just gonna be for like a couple of days, and then I would have had to come back and got to work, and then I had an event that was close. It was just like not the best timing. Is the point. And then I also ended up finding out that my brother, who lives in California, is gonna be graduating in May. So I was like, oh my gosh, that would be so much better for me to go there, so then I could see everybody and I could spend a lot of time. And also, I don't like flying too. That's another thing. So wasn't it is not ideal it wasn't ideal for me to like have to like go to see my grandma in March, and then a couple months later go see. That was just gonna be too much, and I don't know why I'm doing this video too. I think it's because I was watching the video and I was feeling bad, to be honest, because it's like it feels really wrong to decide not to see your be with your grandmother, be at her 90th birthday. I do feel really bad about that. Clearly, I'm trying to make it sound nice. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter about. I don't even know how I'm trying to explain this. I guess I'm trying to. Damn. Am I trying to try to validate myself for whoever watches this so they don't think that I'm like a cruel person? Well, dang, maybe that's what I'm trying to do. Why do I need to prove myself? I guess it's just like if I'm gonna explain my life, I just don't want it to be misinterpreted. But like, I guess I just want people to understand it for the fact that sometimes you have to make tough decisions that people don't understand. It may seem like you're weird or something's wrong with you, or why would you not do that? Like, what's wrong with her? But it's always deeper than what people realize. And like I said, I've made a lot of decisions in the past that because due to like guilt or people pleasing, and I'm done doing that. I am, and I chose to, instead of being there at my grandmother's 90th birthday, to call her and make a commitment to be better at calling her. Like I usually don't talk to her. Like maybe I talk to her once a month, but I'm like, maybe I can call her like once every week or a couple times a week, and just try to get better at that. And for me, that seems more meaningful. So that's like my 90th birthday gift to her that I feel like is gonna be more meaningful. But maybe I don't know. Am I just still trying to make? I don't know. Clearly, I'm still having guilt around this. Yeah, I don't know. But I just that was that. I don't even know why I just did this now. This is just so pointless. But I guess I'm just gonna keep this in the video. This is gonna be a long video. But I guess these videos are just gonna be me processing my feelings. And know that when you're processing your feelings and somebody records the journey of their life and them processing their feelings and processing things that's happening in their life and sharing the ups and downs, the twists and turns, the changes, blah, 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 nothing's set in stone. So whatever I say today, I may have a completely different outlook tomorrow. And so I just want to let you guys know that like everything's not set in stone, and I'm still trying to I'm just processing. And for me, I've learned that talking out loud helps me to process my feelings, especially because I'm really not good at expressing my feelings, and I want to because my feelings relate to the process of life that I'm going through. And I'm doing this in hopes that I'm sharing it with someone who's going through similar things and can learn, or feel less alone, or anything around that. So yeah. So yeah, I guess it's just the guilt, I guess, or maybe like, is the moon still in Capricorn? Let me check what's the moon in. What sign the moon is in today? Oh, it's hot. It's hot. The moon is indeed still in Capricorn. Okay, so yeah, Capricorn energy is about like, is very hyper aware of how people perceive them. Like they can be like overly perfectionistic and hard on themselves. And they rule the 10th house, which is about public life. So a hyper awareness of how the public views you. And yeah, I am kind of hyper aware of that, and like can be, I don't know. I wish I could turn off my feelings sometimes, I wish I can just be like I don't give a fudge or cakes. I don't know why I'm saying that when I'd be cursing sometimes. I know I curse a lot more now. I don't know what happened. I swear, when I entered my Saturn return, I don't know. I just was like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. I'm just. So yeah, I guess I just feel good about that. So if you feel guilty about something, this is the process of working through the guilt of something. So that's what the video is gonna be called. Watch this if you feel guilty about something. And trying to convince yourself out of the guilt. Because I always think like, what if something happens to her tomorrow and then I can live out? Well, but then again, like I said, I don't know. I just have a different viewpoint. I have a different viewpoint, okay? Like, my great grandma will leave this world when it's her time to leave this world, and she's gonna then see me. She's gonna come back as an angel, and she's gonna be like, oh, my child, like, that didn't, like, no, why am I saying my child? But that's not something that people are gonna hold on to. This like whole celebrating birthdays and stuff, like doing birthday parties, that's a human thing. I don't know. That's not really. That's like like that's the material, which is great. But it's not. It doesn't determine how much you love someone or care for someone. Okay, why am I still talking about this? I clearly. Okay. All right. I'm right. All right. Right. Whatever. This is my own issue here. Secondly, I just wanted to do a second disclaimer and say that I also mentioned something about work in this video, and after I filmed this video, I took a shower, and the things that I'm saying to you now is what I was going to, when I get out the shower, talk about, but then I ended up falling asleep. And I don't know why I feel like I have to say this. This is so Capricorn moony, I guess, of like, I don't know, like trying to appear perfect to the public eye. That was a good Capricorn explanation. Or not perfect, but like, I don't know. I can't think of the word right now. The other thing though is I was saying how I was torn between like if I should work a regular job, like go work like at a regular 9 to 5, or like a corporate job or something. Well, not a corporate job. What am I talking about? A job that I'm getting paid more money, or should I just try to, meaning like get a job at a bigger company? Because right now I do social media marketing, but it's for a small business. So the amount of money that I get paid is less than I would if I were to work for a bigger brand or bigger company. But I didn't want to do that because I actually like the freedom of working. Like, I don't know, when you work for bigger brands, it's just, I don't know. I just, honestly, I got drawn to this because I wanted to work at another metaphysical store. And I also wanted the freedom to still be able to do my things on the side, and I wanted to be part-time and just so many other stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, so I'm like, okay, for what I'm doing, I know I could be getting paid more, but I just really enjoy my job. And hey, look, my job provided me so many opportunities, like I ended up doing women's circles there. I'm doing like astrology stuff there, and just so many stuff. So there's like blessings to it, but there's other things. And then yeah, but then I was saying how like I was getting advice from other people that it would be smarter, or not smarter, but like wiser or less, it would be easier for me if I like got a different job of paying, like working with a bigger company and making more money, even though like in my heart I didn't want to do that because I like the business that I'm working at. And even though it's a smaller business, I know that as we continue to grow, I would get paid more. But that obviously takes time, and although it's improving, there's just so many things. So anyways, the point is, I was just saying like we'll see. And then also with my business, so I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just getting tired of hearing myself talk because I just feel like I'm just not saying anything. I'm just processing my feelings. But the point is, I just realized that I'm willing to do, and this is something that I learned in this Wake Up Your Soul program that I'm in, that I went to this weekend. And my quote is, I'm willing to do what it takes to grow my Healthy Girl Healing business. That means if I have to get 1 job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, I freaking will do that. Because I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So if that means applying to another bigger brand job and get paid higher, that's fine. But I'm still going to commit and stay with this metaphysical business because I love the owner, and she just is so, like, yeah, I'm not just about to leave her. That's not. And then, like, no. but if that's it, then I'll do that. But if something other doors open for me to like make other income sources of income, and while this thing is building, while my healthy, while while whatever's transpiring, while Healthy Girl Healing is building, while the business that I'm working for is building, and all this stuff like that, or I don't know. I'm just open. I'm just open. I'm not gonna say no to anything. I'm just open, and like I said, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to grow Healthy Girl Healing, and especially get to the place that I can feel comfortable with, like putting money into growing Healthy Girl Healing. Let's start there. But no, let's start with actually my goal for this retrograde season, because with retrogrades you're not supposed to really like make decisions. So I think I'm sorry. I'm just like, why did I turn on this camera? I just feel like this whole section was just unneeded. I just feel like it was really unneeded, and I just decided, oh, I was watching myself and I felt really critical about everything I was saying, and I thought, oh, it was gonna be, I wasn't clarifying things, and now I turn on this camera and I feel like I'm just doing it worse. Why the freak did I decide to do this challenge during all the retrogrades happening right now? Like, I just it's okay though. I'm still gonna roll with it because I don't care. It's the reality of, and then I'm also like tired, and it's been a long weekend. It's been a long weekend for me. And just in general, this energy is still really heavy, and yeah. What was I saying? I don't know, but that's the point. I'm willing to do what it takes to grow Healthy Girl Healing. Okay. So that's it. And I'm letting God do the rest. So whatever God feels like that entails he's gonna open the doors for me. I mean, not he. Well, I don't know. I don't like to say God is he because that, or she. I don't know. But God will make it happen. And I'm not saying that meaning I'm just sitting here doing nothing, but you know, he's gonna bring opportunities while I'm still actively like searching and being open and other stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
These boxes of candy to sell you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, you could sell.
Hi. It is. Oh, I have my phone here. It is 8:45, Saturday, March 22nd. Today's been quite a day. How do I feel? I feel mixed emotions right now. I feel really, really happy, excited, refreshed, but I also feel guilt, a little sad, a little, I don't even want to say guilt, but I guess, yeah. Today is my great grandmother's 90th birthday celebration. And when I share this, I want you all to be not, I need everybody to be open-minded, okay? I mean, not open-minded, but like, when I say this out loud, it feels so like, although I know there's a lot of people, like, but I don't know. I just feel bad because today was my great grandmother's 90th birthday, which is fucking amazing. Like, I literally say like she is like who I aspire to be when I'm that age. Like hopefully God allows me to live that long and I look as amazing as my grandma. And my grandma is like a superwoman. She walks on her own. She still does stuff around the house. She has amazing skin. She has her hair. Like she's just thriving. And she's been through a lot. And she's definitely like not what, she doesn't look like what she's been through. She is that woman. And this week on St. Patrick's Day was her birthday. She's a Pisces queen. I made the decision to, I don't want to say that, but I really wanted to go. She lives in California, so I'm from California. It's in LA. She's in LA, so, and I'm in Georgia. So, yeah, just the timing of when I found out about the party. It was just the timing wasn't the best for me. And I had to think about like, I was still gonna go though. But then I got called. Then I found out that my brother graduates from high school in May. And I'm just like, so then I was like, oh, I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter about the details, to be honest. But I decided that I was going to just like go see him in May, and then I'll be able to still spend time with my grandma. That's I'm not gonna see the negative thoughts that's trying to come into my mind. I have a problem with like sometimes, I'm not trying to say like thinking of the worst case scenario, but being like hyper aware of like of life, and that you just never know. Tomorrow's never promised, right? For me or anybody that I loved, my loved ones, my family. So when I choose to do something that works best for me, not that I'm doing this as a selfish thing. Actually, I don't know if I did it, but I was just, let's just say this, it would have put me in a not the best situation personally. On top of it, it will be smarter for me. Like if all feelings aside, I mean, besides the fact that is my grandma's 90th birthday, like that is like that's amazing. But I also consider like she has so many people there. Like she had like 100 people going to see her, and me and my great grandma we have a relationship, but we're not like super 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 close. So part of me felt like me being there is not gonna make that big of a difference. It would be different if like she, I don't want to say it like that, but we all recognize that people in our family, like, we are not always super close to them, and maybe, I struggle with like sometimes I think, and I've heard, well, I'm not gonna say this. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's not go there. But the point is, we have the relationship of like, I feel like a normal great grandmother and great granddaughter. Like, I acknowledge that she is the freaking head of the family, She is the start, well, not the start, but she's up there in the family tree. She is the head of the family. So, and I have much respect for her for that, and I do want to talk to her. But there's another thing about how I was like, I was like, do I go just because I feel like I have a duty to go because like this was, like, or do I, like, what's gonna be more meaningful? And for me, I was like, okay, and I don't know if I'm just making up stories in my head of like, but I don't know. I was just like, real. I guess another thing is, I know I'm all over the place. I just feel like ever since I've experienced grief, I look at life differently. A lot of the things that people like focus on, hyper focus on, or maybe what I used to hyper focus on or be hard about, I realized through dealing with grief the things that matter and don't matter. And that's just my own beliefs of grief. Everybody has their own, or like what happens when people pass and just certain things like that. But at the end of the day, people are not going to leave this world, in my opinion, thinking, oh, that person didn't go to my birthday party. They're going to think about the relationship that they had with that person. How often did that person call them? How often did that person make the effort to have an actual good relationship? How often did I call my grandma to like ask her questions about our family background and her background and learn and get the knowledge from her? And, I feel like that in my mind was more important because that is something that I can prove on calling her. So when I decided, yeah, it sucks that I was going to, like I said, I was going to just go. But then, like I said, when I ended up talking to my mom and then she told me about the graduation, I was like, oh, well, that would be great. That would be better. For me to just do, because for me to like go there twice. And then I have a lot of feelings around like California because my grandma passed a couple years ago and I just have had a rough couple of years. So I really just am not, there's just so many things that is like maybe selfish, but it's like I feel like these past couple years, I have extended like the past couple years have been my devotion to others. And I feel like I'm just at a point in my life where I have to put myself first and not put myself in worse situations because I'm trying to people please. Even if it's something that makes so much sense, like my grandma's birthday, but then it's like, but is that really, once again, there's people that may go to her birthday party that never talk to her, that doesn't talk to her as often as we talk, or hasn't decided to try to strengthen. So like, what's gonna hold more weight in the bigger picture when she leaves this world? That's not gonna be So that's, I don't know. That's me, my point of view, and yeah. So I don't know. So yeah, I guess, but I still feel like, dang, because the party's gonna be a big and amazing, but ultimately she's gonna be happy. She is not like, I love my grandma and I know she loves me, but me not being there is not gonna be that big of a deal. It would be different if I was like her daughter or somebody we were so close and had so much history. And the reality is we don't. That's my grandmother. I respect her. I love her. I'm her granddaughter. She loves me, respects me, but like, she is not missing me. And even if she is, it would be like, dang it, yeah, Jess would be nice, but like, she's surrounded by so much love. And so that makes me comfortable because, if she wasn't and it was like, I need you there, then I would have been there, but it wasn't, So, I don't know. Me trying to convince myself, even though I still feel the like human feelings of like, aw, but over the bigger picture of life, I'm like, I know she not like, this is not something that she's gonna take to her, like when it's her time, she's gonna like be holding that, So, but as long as I make the effort to like really continue to build our relationship and do the more meaningful things. So I don't know, whoever needs to hear that, don't be like, hard on yourself about choosing yourself, even when it seems like you should do the right thing to do is this, but you can still do it in a way like that's you know, I don't know, like you can still work it out in a way that there's a win-win for both parties, and it's not superficial, or it's not like you're trying to please but it pleases but you both get something out of it. I don't know. So yeah, other than that though, I've been really busy this weekend. I went to the Wake Up Your Soul event. I don't know what to call it. It's a program. It's the Wake Up Your Soul program by Sharon Reagan. She's a spiritual mentor, a spiritual success coach, and she is the owner of the metaphysical store that I work at, that I'm a social media marketer for. And yeah, she invited me to experience this. For one, well, she said she wants it for me because she knows that I'm trying to build Healthy Girl Healing, and she's so sweet. But also I'm there for me to be a better social media marketer for her, and also to be able to sustain myself, to be the best. And I feel like for me to be the best, I have to like be the best, like feel good within myself. I don't know. So anyways, I'm trying to not talk too long because I'm actually exhausted and I need to eat. So I'm not really going to be going into details or talking that long today. But the point is, this is day 2. Tomorrow is the last day. It's a 3-day event, and it pretty much helps for people to wake up their soul to their calling, wake up their soul specifically to this one was to their business. They know that they want to do something or have a business or develop their business or grow their business because they know they want their business to be successful, but for some reason they can't push themselves through some obstacle. They keep hitting their wall on it, or what's keeping them from getting the success that they know that they can achieve. And she walks us through that, but she also mixes, so she does like the business coaching, but also she mixes spirituality with it. So she's also giving intuitive advice. It's just beautiful. I love it when people merge their gifts and talents to make something as standard as, like, I mean, how many business coaches do we know? But what makes her stand out and what makes you may stand out is you intertwining what other things that you like, your gifts. And so yeah, it's such a great experience. It's a nice little group. Like she wants only 10 people because she wants it to be intimate. Yeah, we just do a lot of interactive, like we learn, but we do a lot of interactive things, a lot of like intuitive, like it's just so cool. Like today we did intuitive painting, which is pretty much where we paint based off of what our intuition, like intuitively without thinking. So you know how people paint and then they'll be like, oh, I want to paint this. And she's like, no, I'm going to turn on some meditative music and you're just going to let your hand take you where you, like, don't think, just do. Just let your intuition guide you. And then it'll turn out to be something that you didn't even expect, you know? And that's your intuition speaking through the language of creativity, art. And then afterwards, what's so cool, so dope, is then she'll go and look at your painting and she'll give you a intuitive reading on like what your painting means. Like, so it's so cool. It's so cool. And yeah, I guess I'll show you mine. This is I haven't drawn anything in a long or painted, so this is giving Aries season right here. Inner child or child expression. Yeah. I was gonna talk about this painting, but I don't have the energy to talk about it right now, actually. But I'm just it felt really good. I felt like a little child again. And yeah, I do feel like this is interesting because I was so hesitant. I didn't know what to expect for this weekend. Um, and this has just been the greatest gift, the most unexpected gift. Because I didn't really plan. This was a last minute thing that she like asked me if I wanted to be a part of. And whenever you're trying, you just never know what to expect. But this is more than what I've expected, and I'm so happy because it also fuels me now that I got to experience this program that I'm supposed to be marketing. It's gonna help me market it much better because I have experienced it myself. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing. And it's long. Like last night, yesterday I was there from like night. At night, and then this morning I had to be there from 9 a.m. to 9 to like it's what we were gonna be 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. but we got out a little earlier, so 9 a.m. to like 8 or 8:30. That's a long time. Yeah, it was intense. It's an intensive thing, but it's for a reason. And yeah, so I really do feel like this is definitely it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. I have been thinking about getting another job, and not like a side thing, like another job on top of this job that is higher paying and like working for another business, doing social media marketing, because I feel like that is like the responsible thing for me to do, even though I feel like my soul does not align with that, but if I listen to all the many talks that I've had with people who are responsible adults, are very responsible, like AKA not a creative. And not to say creatives are responsible. We know. There's creative people who do things totally different, and then there's people who value security, and that's like getting a stable job, and and that's great. Like it's great, both things are great. It's just what does your soul call for? But so I did that, and so I was like, all right, I've been trying to do it my way, even though I know I haven't been doing it really the right way, as we talked about. And but anyways, but I do want to, like, I'm 29, and I'm starting to think about my future, and I do want to do more stuff like travel and everything like that. So it's just like, okay, I do need to make more money. It's crazy because it's like I already started making more money when I got this new job, but it's like I need to still make more money. The bigger my, like, especially because me thinking about the future, and I want to have have more more cushion, and more freedom to do and explore, especially before I decide to even think about like settling down. I mean, I've been in a long-term relationship, but I meant like actually like marriage and having kids and like that stuff. So yeah, I feel like I have been doing it my way, and I still feel like although I'm learning, there's just yeah, you make mistakes when you're trying to be the entrepreneur. You're trying to go that route, and you're learning. And I still was trying to figure out like how I want to navigate what I'm trying to do, because I don't. There's not, like there's not many like I don't know. It's still hard. It's tough to try to do something that you don't have that much like. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm not to say like I don't know. I just feel it's hard to explain, I guess, of my vision and what I want to do, and just trying to craft that and make sure it's aligned. And when you're trying to do something different, and like where there's not that many like examples out there of it, like you're yeah, when you're trying to pave your own way and do something completely like innovative, I guess. Is that like, am I like, I'm honestly just deciding to use innovative because I know that ties with Aquarius. I would never like use that word, but I do think I'm like, obviously, like I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to do astrology and spiritual wellness and community connection in a different way than has been shown. I'm just trying to do it that matches my authenticity. So not to say, I'm not saying this because I'm like, oh, I'm just so different. No, like even if you decide to do something that most people, because there's astrologers, there's people who do women's circles, there's people who do all these things, right? So I'm not to say I invented these things, but how can I do those differently? How can I do that differently that aligns with like my core like gifts and certain things like that? That is me turning something that I haven't, because I'm making it different, which anybody could do. But when you're trying to do that you don't have any example of, you just extract it from your soul, which takes a lot of error. It's like turning nothing into something. It's not just gonna come out like perfect. It's a journey. You have to figure out what works, what doesn't. It's like a puzzle piece or building something. Like you put something, that didn't fit right, then you take it out, so it's a process. But at the same time, it's still like, girl, but you still have to like, you still want to be able to survive. You're still trying to build towards your future. You're still trying to do all these things. So that's where with me, it's always been the struggle with balance. And yeah, like just being smarter and more strategic and not doing things from like an area of like lack, like having pure intentions and being consistent, and also like knowing my value and actually deciding to be like, no, this is what I'm worth, and I'm not gonna, I can still do things for free, and I want to do that, which is why I'm trying to figure out, okay, like that's why I was talking about the ministry. Like I want to do that, but then I have my free stuff, I have my, or I give back, and I love that. But also I'm deciding, like, I need to build a foundation for myself, for me to have the freedom to do this, and also charge and know my worth and my value, like how much time I put into this, and all the things like that, and all that I'm giving, like even like I can rave about the women's circle so much. Like I remember at the women's circle, I don't know if I said this, I'm pretty sure I said this in one of my videos, but like the last women's circle we had, there was a girl there that said that she's came back twice. She went to the previous one before the last one, and then she went to this one, and she literally said that she's been doing therapy for I don't know how long, but she said she's been doing it for a while. And she said just in her time of going to these 2 women's circles, it has changed her life more than the therapy has. And she, and not to discredit therapy. Therapy is amazing. Everybody needs therapy. I need to be in therapy, but that just shows the impact. Like I can't explain it, So the point is, like, I know my value, and I know what I am able to provide, and so I just need to like hone in on it and stop playing with myself. Keep playing, like, girl, stop playing with yourself. Put in the same effort and work that you do when someone comes to you and they need advice and they need help, or they need you to market for them or tell them social media stuff. Like, why is it that I can do that for people? Well, I know why. It's just I'm so used to like putting myself in the back burner. Or like after helping so many people, I don't even have the energy to like help do stuff for myself or create for myself, or even like building my own page for my business. Like, what the freak, like I should be doing these things. So, and I'm not being hard on myself, it's just like honest. So what was I saying? So yeah, I decided that I was going to be responsible adult and apply for other jobs, so I can make more money, I can have more cushion, I can have the flexibility to do the things that I like, travel and do these things, build for my future, save, all these stuff, while still doing my stuff on the side, and still working for, I don't know, I was just going to figure out. But I also did pray. Like, I prayed to God and told him, like, God, I am going to take people's advice. but you know what I need. I feel my soul, I feel my gut, but you know, I don't know. It could be my irrational parts seeking. I know that's not true, but I don't know, you know. I've made some decisions, not the best decisions in the past with certain things. So I said, God, you know, like, let me know, like, you know, I'm going to do this, but I trust you. Pave the way, whatever I'm meant to do that. If I'm meant to get another job, then you will provide me with another job like that, like another job that I go to. But if I'm meant to continue the path that I'm on, but just re-strategize in how I'm doing it and also stop holding back, you know, then let me, you know, then that has happened. And let me tell you, I applied to one job that I was like, so, okay, yes, in my defense. Well, I know, I've only applied to one job, so that's like, it's okay. But I'm still going to apply to more. But, yeah, but I applied to this job that was like so perfect. It was for astrology. Well, the brand is an astrological brand, and they was looking for a social media marketer. And, or a manager, social media manager, marketer. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's so perfect. Like, I would love this. And I like had to like do my whole resume, and they needed a cover letter and things that I hadn't even done. And I just don't like the process of all that, because I'm always like, it's easy for people to put together something and make themselves look pretty, but like, get me in front of the camera and I'll tell you, like, this is who I am. Like, you know, like, I hate the process of applying to jobs, because people could it's unfair, because like, I just don't be having the patience to try to like do the fluff. Like, give me the interview and I can prove to you that I am good for this job. And if I don't have all the skills, best believe that I'm gonna learn. I'm a quick learner. I'm dedicated. I'm passionate. And I actually like do my job. Like, you know, I'm actually too passionate in the job, because then I would just like disconnect from my own stuff, because it starts to become like my baby, you know, like I take it that seriously. And so anyways, the point is I did that. I applied to that job, and I was like, oh yeah, this is perfect. Like, I'm already an astrologer, so I have an advantage, and da 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 da. And yeah, it's been, they said if you haven't heard back in like a couple weeks, then you probably didn't get this. So expect that it just didn't happen. It's been past a couple weeks now, and I haven't gotten it. So I feel like, yeah, I felt like, dang, you know, yeah, that sucks. But then I was like, yeah, that wasn't for me, was it, God? And then this opportunity happened, and like, you know, Sharon, the owner, and randomly texted me and said, I think you should come to this Wake Up Your Soul program this weekend. And that was totally unexpected, very last minute, and I went, was being hesitant, and she's trying to grow my Healthy Girl Healing business and trying to help me like grow that, meaning not through social media marketing, but through like the branding and like the consistency and like the other stuff about the business stuff that I'm still like, I'm learned, but she is a business owner. Like, she's been doing this. She is wise beyond her years. She has all of that. I'm like good at the marketing, but and then that's another thing for me. Like, another reason why I have been holding back on myself is because like with marketing, she has the funds to like, I mean, yes, you can do organic marketing. That's important. But running ads expedites things. Like, it's so, like, if you had the budget to run ads, you don't have to go through the whole, you should still do the organic reach, but like, that ads really do well, especially if you have a good ad, and it like expedites the process to you getting clients, to getting customers, to getting people. And I feel like a lot of content creators don't really know about that route, which is fine. I mean, because they have the following, but if you are struggling with that, I feel like that could be like a really good opportunity for you to like think about that if you have a business or anything. I don't know. Anyways, the point is like, that's another thing that I feel like I've been missing, because I'm like, oh, I feel guilty for putting money into a business that's not even fully developed or fully, like, it doesn't even have, like, I don't know, I just feel like it's not ready, but I don't know, but I don't even have, like, social media for it, and I don't want the Just Creations to be tied to that, because Just Creations is, like, me just in my raw form, just, like, this is, like, it's not, this is, like, me showing this behind the scenes, this is me being, like, very casual, and I'm expressing myself. This is for creative expression, this is for expression, this is for showing the process, this is for the raw and uncut stuff. And the other Healthy Girl Healing is supposed to be, like, more so, like, if I should be able to feel comfortable with sharing this at even the event that I was at with other people who's like, hey, what is Healthy Girl Healing? I want to know more. I'm not about to send them to Just Creations. This is not, no. They're just going to see me pouring out my whole heart and soul, looking a mess. And or like going through the process, and then it looks like, does this girl even know what she wants? You know, even though, like, I'm okay to share that, because I don't know. It's just, so the point is, I know I need to do I really need to have a separate place to put Healthy Girl Healing, because that's my business. And this, I wanted to just be, like, a place where I can do whatever the fuck I want, and this is my creative expression. This is my creative page. It's Just Creation. So I just create whatever the heck I want and put it here. And then my business, and then this is, like, the free stuff. This is where you guys get the free, like, this is my ministry. I keep calling it a ministry. My spiritual ministry. I don't know if that's the right wording, but this is where I give back, and there's no, like, nothing, you know. But Healthy Girl Healing is my business, where it's like, well, do you want to support me? If you do, then you do that. And then I have the Healthy Girl Healing Patreon. So I'm kind of getting started. So the point is, going back to it, it's like, I prayed until God, like, God. I didn't say God, but it's like, God, you hear everything. You see where I'm going here. What people think, what people tell me that I should do, rather than what I feel like. Yeah, even though I've made a lot of mistakes by doing it my way, those mistakes was a part of the process for me to learn. Did I have to go do it that way? Could I have made it a lot easier? Could I have been more responsible? And blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but it was a part of the process. To other people, I know it doesn't look that way. To other people, it looks like, what are you doing? Like, see, this is why you shouldn't be, like, you're doing it. Like, I understand why others would think that I'm being very foolish, irresponsible. I can understand how it may look from the outside looking in. Trust me. But I can't help the feeling that I feel, and so that's why I prayed, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna pray and God gonna make it happen. So I already see, it sounds like Point already is going for what intuitively I know, because I didn't get the job, and I ended up getting an unexpected offering to grow my Healthy Girl Healing business. So I don't know, we got 0 to 1 right now, or 1 to 0. I don't know. I'm gonna still apply to. I'm gonna continue to apply to some jobs, and I'm gonna continue to just let go, let God, and you guys will be a part of the journey of how that works out. You know, maybe both can happen, and I don't know. It's whatever that it's meant to happen. God is meant to, like, guide me the way. So yeah, but yeah, so that's that. Hope your day's been going well, and if not, you've been allowing yourself to know that it's okay to not be okay, and know that this too shall pass. And yeah, you're just on the parts of life that is like the waves. You're on the waves. And just, if you can, just do something to nurture your heart, your needs, to take care of yourself. Give yourself a bath. Treat yourself to a nice treat. Go for a walk outside. Take the day off if you can. I don't know, something for yourself. Some self-care. And be easy. Go easy on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Um, so yeah, I think that's it for today. I'm proud of myself. It's day 3, and this is, yeah, we're doing it. I am scared. I'm not gonna even think about anything, but I am so scared because it's like I'll be doing this so well, and it's only because life has been. Although I've had a lot going on, like life, there hasn't been any crazy obstacles. I mean, besides the normal ones that's happening currently as the transition that I'm going through. Like, what the fuck? What fucking new? It's okay. The astrology, like anytime. Also, like guys know that everything that you've been seeing me go through is connected to my astrology. Like I'm going through my Saturn return, okay? That's been for 2 years. Pisces has been in Saturn for 2 years. So that's happening. But it's not just that. I also have like Pluto in Aquarius is and I'm in Aquarius, but I also have other Aquarius stuff. So it's just Pluto's been going through all like very a lot of points, okay? So there's just a lot. I have this transformation going. I have this like maturing happening, or just like boundary setting, and then just like so many things. And then now I have freaking the North Node in my first. It's just so many things. There's so many things, okay? So it just makes sense that my life has been looking like a whole mess, and I've been changing. And then I had Uranus conjunct my sun for so long. There's just so much, okay, guys? And I already have, there's just so much. The point is, what you see, I'm not crazy, guys. It's just I am at this time in my life, for these past couple years, I've been going through a big transformation. A lot of things have been happening. I'm just at that point. You're going to be at that point in your life if you're not there already. We all have our stages and our seasons. And this is why I like astrology, because it reminds you, like, yeah, you're not crazy, and also this is not forever. You're just in this period. All right, so yeah. I'm not gonna tell you guys like when this period ends, but I'm so happy because I got validation as far as like what, like, because I also I don't like to look at astrology like far ahead, because I really try to set boundaries on how I use astrology, because for me personally, like, I like to live in the moment. So I don't really like to know, which is hard sometimes because I'm an astrologer and I do have to still like know what's happening, but I only like look so far. Especially when it comes to my stuff, because I've just learned in the past, if I look too far, I'm gonna be anxious and then try to interpret certain transits, and I just it takes me out of the moment, and I just need to live life. So if I need to go through some obstacle, I don't need to try to prevent it. I just need to go through it. And so, because then it's going to come in the form of another freaking thing. I didn't learn the lesson. If we go through obstacles and transitions, it's meant for us to learn a freaking lesson. It's happening for us, not to us. And if we try to avoid it, you know what? All right, then. Missed you this time. I'm going to see you back in the next year. Then we're going to learn this shit again. You ain't going to avoid this, okay? That's how life be. So, let me stop trying to dodge the bullets and learn it while I'm younger. Because that's what I am really blessed about, that I am learning these lessons now. So then, yeah. So, yeah, that's that. That's that. And, it's also funny. The moon is in Cancer. The moon is in Capricorn. And Capricorn rules my 11th house, which is about friends, groups, community, chasing your dreams, going after your dreams. And the fact that I've been like in community, in a group setting. And also, I do know the astrology of the owner, because I've given her astrology readings before. And yeah, she has a lot of Capricorn in her chart. Okay. And so it's just funny. She's actually a Capricorn moon. Isn't that funny? So I am getting taught by a Capricorn moon, and while the moon is in Capricorn, and the moon is in my area that has to do with like groups, community, and I'm in a community where I'm learning about business from a Capricorn. Like that's some good astrology for you right there. That's a good example of how this works. This moon is affecting me in my personal life. And that's the beauty of having astrology readings and knowing about your astrology period. It doesn't, you don't may not have to get a reading, but because there's tools out there for you, but like it's so cool to see and understand the astrology. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my night. I have work again tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day for this weekend event, but I also have to wake up earlier and be at the place earlier because we have another event before that event, and I have to film that event. So yeah, it's just been a jam pack. And let me tell you something. This is how I know that. This is why it's important not to be like hard on yourself, because like life happens the way it's meant to happen. And yeah, there are some times where you like miss opportunities, like I should have done that. And you know it by like, you know it, you just know it. But there's no miss because things are always gonna come back around. But like, anyways, the point is like, let me tell you something, Jess. I'm talking to myself in third person. Yes, okay. I always say when I feel like I'm talking to myself third person, my higher self comes in or somebody comes in through me, and I'm like talking to myself. That's so. Anyways, anyways, Jess, the fact that today is the exact day that you were supposed to be in California, if you did what you were supposed to do, you know, what you were supposed to do, like being a good granddaughter, you know, or whatever you know, today happens to be the day that you reach this breakthrough moment of like having this amazing opportunity to experience something that is like expensive. This is like a course, this is a paid, and I mean it's not that expensive, but it's still like I was able to experience it and get value from it, and it's gonna help me. So like that, if I was meant to be in California, I would be there. But I'm here, you know, like I'm doing this thing. So this is, I don't know if I'm not explaining it right, but the point is, if I was meant to be in California, why would I'll be experiencing this thing right now that is actually going to impact my life majorly, because it's going to help me get through, and it already has been helping reshape me through getting over the block or what's been preventing me from like growing Healthy Girl Healing. Or like just getting guidance on it, because that's another thing. Like you do need help. You know, it's important to like get advice and take courses from people who have different strength, like better strengths, who are experienced in the things that you're trying to do. So yeah. Anyways, I may be good, like I said, at one end, but I could be missing something that I don't really know that's like blocking me, which I already actually knew. I knew it was the worth thing, the self-worth thing. And I'm learning that, like, no, you really need to know your value, because you're going to attract people who also know and respect your value. But if you keep trying to undermine your value, then you're going to attract that. You're going to attract people who don't value your value, and therefore you're going to always accept less than what you know that you deserve. And you're always going to be in an area of lack and resentment, low-key resentment. Or not even resentment, but yeah, like this feeling of like, dang, you're holding back on yourself. You're holding off on yourself because you're doubting yourself. You don't see what you're doing is valuable, even though you have so much proof that it does, or so many like testimonies, which I need to do better at that. The testimonies, like I do want to give, like I do need to see. That's where I start to think about, like when I start to create my like Healthy Girl Healing social media and website and all this stuff like that. But anyways, everything, trust the process. Trust the process. Nothing is a. I'm just gonna say things don't be happening coincidentally. Yeah. All right. I see you tomorrow.